Why am I drinking beer at 6 o'clock in the morning? Because Mr. Dog Poop just dropped off this box of 200 light bulbs and wants me to replace every light bulb in the building. Why are we replacing every light bulb in the building? Because they're LEDs, and LEDs suck. And also the color's different. Whoa. And next year, one of the problems with LED lights is there's no standards. Here's two light bulbs made by two different manufacturers. Both have the exact same stats. Same color temperature, same wattage, supposed to be the same light. But I'm going to show you that they're completely different. If I turn these two light bulbs on, you probably can't tell the difference. I'm going to use this to divide the light, turn off the main lights, and you'll be able to see the difference in the intensity and color. If the lights are put together, you can't tell. But when you use a divider to separate them, you can see the clear difference between this side and this side. The intensity is different, and also the color's different. I'm showing you these incandescent bulbs to explain that they use a metal filament that heats up and creates light. But don't tell anyone, because technically these are illegal in the United States. They want us to use LED bulbs. LED bulbs have a circuit board and they use a diffuser to spread out the light. So last month we replaced all the lights in this room. But now people are complaining because when they walk out of this room over here, it's a completely different color light. So as you can see, the difference between the two rooms is significant. Another annoying effect of LED lighting is as they get older, they start to flicker. Another serious flaw with LED lighting is that they burn out over time. They gradually get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. Back here, I have lights that are 1.5 years old. And in the front, I have lights that are brand new. I'm going to use this light meter to show you the difference between the old lights and the new lights. So using this light meter to measure lux, so you can see we're getting a reading of about anywhere from 5 to 15, 20, anywhere around this light fixture. Here's another one of the same age. So we're getting a measurement of about between 20 and 40 on this light, and that's 20 to 40 times 10,000 lux, whatever the hell a lux is. So on the opposite side of the room, we've installed new light bulbs here, and we're getting measurements of about 115. So as you can see, light bulbs that are 1 year to 1.5 years old are a fraction of the light coming out of the new ones. So you can't go up and replace one light bulb here and one light bulb there when they blow out. You have to replace them all, or you're going to have inconsistent light around your building. The other issue is, as they dim out over time, over 1 year, it gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until you're in pitch black. But you don't notice it because it's over a long period of time. As you can tell by the scientific test performed by my $10 light meter that I bought 2 decades ago on Amazon, this room, it's completely different than it was in the other room. Even though these light bulbs are all brand new. They're from a different manufacturer and they're different color light. So you have to replace the light bulbs every year with the same manufacturer, the same bulb, all the way through your building. And at $5 a light and 200 lights, that's $1,000. If we had traditional incandescent bulbs, we could replace one here, one there, and we'd be talking about a light bulb budget of maybe $50 a year. Despite all the drawbacks that we've discussed today, people continue to use these bulbs, and why not? This one's called EcoSmart, and this one has green on it. Those are the things that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Now I'm going to take you through the rest of the building, and we're going to start replacing lights and see what a difference it makes. I'm getting a measurement of about 70 off of this light. I'm going to change it, replace it with a new bulb, and see the difference. Whoa, what a difference. Let me clean the rest of this out, come back, and we'll get a reading on it. So as is the case with all plastics, when this bulb is in here and it heats up, All the plasticizers, the BPAs, BPHs, BCBs, PCBs, or whatever they have are here. Because this is an explosion-proof casing, it was never allowed to get out, and it settled on the glass. Obviously, we have to clean it, but if this wasn't in here, and you had 200 of these in your building, all these toxins are coming out into your environment. That can't possibly be healthy. So wash it out with a little dish detergent. I wouldn't recommend putting it in your dishwasher. I know you're gonna be tempted. So we got the jar cleaned out. Oh, it's almost too bright to look at. Previously, we measured around 70. It is now 565. 565. It's significantly brighter. And that's just because it's a couple years old, it's been on, and it degrades. And we can compare this light. If you look at the hallway all the way down, you'll see how bright this is in comparison to the other ones. The 4 other light bulbs in this room are not putting out as much light as this one. So directly under the old light, more than a year old, at the lowest setting, which is times 2000, we get a reading of 30. As I walk down the hallway, and I get down here, I'm getting a reading close to 200. That's almost 7 times as much light under this light as the other light. So we replaced 2 light bulbs on this side, and as you can see, the difference between that side and this side, where we haven't replaced the light bulbs, it's a lot darker. But I gotta get moving because I've got 198 more light bulbs to install. But first, let's have a beer. Whoa! Now that we finished replacing all the lights in the building, let's take a look at some before and after shots. You'll notice our old lights were very dim, and the lights we had in this room made it seem like a dungeon. If you think the lights in your office are getting dimmer every day, it's probably not your imagination. All of these will be going in the dumpster, and next year, we'll do the same. And so will millions of other businesses around the world. While the government wants you to believe that using LEDs is better, they're clearly not. In fact, they create a massive amount of waste, pollute the environment, decaying light levels and inconsistent colors impact our mood and mental health. Their manufacture depletes non-renewable resources, as well as costing us a shitload of money. So why can't we go back to using regular light bulbs that worked for 100 years? Because the government banned them. That's right, they're illegal. And if you use one of these old bulbs, you might be a felon. Imagine having to put that on your next job application. Have you ever been accused or convicted of a felony, murderer, rapist? Damn it, I used a light bulb. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against LED bulbs. There's tons of applications where they're superior to anything else, just not every application. But in a country where we're supposed to have choices, it sure does seem odd that our government outlawed light bulbs. What's next? Are gas stoves?
The government is coming to take your stoves.
Joe Biden's climate change agenda now targeting your kitchen.
Biden's coming for your gas stove.
A ban on your gas stove.
Your gas stove may be bye-bye.
The truth is, the fact is, this is going to be a blooper, right? I mean, it's not the beer because it's warm. It's because it's warm. It's like messing up my mouth.